my name's Marie from Wildflower Pilates, and this session is a stretch out session. So if you've been skiing or snowboarding or doing any of your favorite activities, we're going to stretch out through the legs and through the lower back. So let's get started. We are going to come on to your mat. We're going to just start with a little bit of happy cat, sad cat. So just hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Nice big rounding. See if you can sit back towards your heels a little bit. And then as you arch, maybe you rock forward over towards your hands a little bit more. And then rounding, sitting back towards your heels. And arching, coming forward, looking up. Nice. One more like that, pulling back and pulling forward. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to a middle back. Knees are going to come together. Let your hips drop over to one side. See if you can sit back towards your heels. So you're finding that stretch through your glute, through your hip. And then we'll come up and over to the other side. Pulling your bottom back towards your heels. Find that stretch. And then coming back through the middle. Let's go one more each side. Little bounces there. Try and stretch it out. Back to the middle. Over to the other side. Little bounces. Stretched out. Coming back to the middle. And then we're going to step our right foot in between your hands. And we're going to bring our hands up onto your hips. So I want you to try and tuck your tailbone under. We're working for a stretch through your left quad. So it's not a very big movement. We're just trying to push your hips forward. Keep your tailbone tucked under. So it's like you're trying to pull your pelvis towards that wall in front of you. And you should find a stretch through that quad there. If you don't, the more you kind of push your hips forward, the more you look up to the ceiling, the more stretch you're going to get there. So I just want you to find the stretch, then nice big deep breaths. The more you pull that tailbone under, the more stretch you're going to get. Nice big deep breaths. Let's go for two more. Keep trying to push those hips forward, tailbone tucked under. Last one. And then we're going to hinge forward, hands are coming to the mat. Let's straighten that right leg, just folding over it. Big deep breaths here. Stretch out through that hammy. The more you pull your toes back towards your nose, the more stretch you're going to get there. Nice work. And then we're going to lunge all the way forward now. So now we're pushing your hips down towards the mat, and we're just finding a stretch more through the inside of that left leg, so your back leg. A little bit more on the inside, more so than the straight up rec fem that we stretched before. And then you're going to tuck your back toes under, come up into a high lunge. Left hand's going to stay to the mat, right hand's going to reach up to the ceiling. Find that twist, find that stretch through your right glute, through your right hamstring. Nice. One more big deep breath here. And then you can drop the back knee down. We're going to stay in this lunge, but come up. Left hand, right hand's going to come to your hip. Left hand's going to reach over towards your right hand side. So I want you to try and pull your elbow up to the ceiling. Maybe you can look up to the ceiling. And we're trying to stretch all the way through this left hand side of your body. So nice big deep breaths. Let's go one more there. And then we'll come on out of that. Go for one more hamstring stretch. So straightening that right leg, pull your toes back towards your face. Maybe you can fold forward a tiny bit more. Big deep breath there. Awesome. And then we're just going to pull that right foot back behind you. Step your left foot in between your hands, coming up onto high kneeling. So again, we're going to just tuck your tailbone under, press your hips forward, not too much. It's not a big movement. So I want your rec fem comes from your pelvis all the way over your kneecap. So you might even feel like it's stretchy over your knee, but I want to stretch through that. So trying not to sink down into it is more the tuck of the pelvis. Squeeze your bum underneath you and push your hips forward. Maybe you even look up to the ceiling. Nice big deep breaths there. So we're trying to stretch through the front of the legs, through the back of the legs, and then we'll stretch the hips out as well. All the things that get tight when you're carving it up all day. Let's come forward, hands to the mat, toes flip up to the ceiling, or towards your face rather, sorry, and you're straightening that left leg. So try and pull the toes back, find that stretch all the way from your calf, through your hammy. Awesome. Big deep breaths here. One more big deep breath, and then we'll pull forward, find that low lunge. So now you're really trying to press your hips down towards the mat. Find that nice big stretch. Beautiful. Big deep breath. Stretch it out. One more big deep breath here, and then we're going to pull all the way back. Toes flip up towards your face again, folding forward. Big deep breaths. Maybe you get a little bit more out of this hammy stretch now. Every time you breathe out, see if you can go into the stretch that tiny bit more. And then you're going to pull yourself forward. Right hand stays to the mat, tuck the back toes under, come up into a high lunge. Left hand reaches up to the ceiling. Find that twist. Big deep breaths, working for a stretch through this left glute, through the left hip there. Awesome, one more big deep breath. And then we'll bring the hands back to the mat. Bring your knee down. We're coming back into that low lunge. This time, left hand comes to your hip, right arm's going to reach up and over. Seeing if you can look up to the ceiling, find that stretch all the way through your right hand side there. Big deep breaths. Awesome. Let's go one more. And then we'll come on out of there. Bring that foot back behind you. And just shuffle forward on your mat so that you can cross your legs behind you and lie all the way down. We're going to pop your left foot over the top of your right knee. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Reach through, grab hold of that right shin. I want you to try and push your left knee to the wall in front of you. So you're trying to push it away from you and try and pull the whole unit in closer. Big deep breaths. Every time you breathe out, I want you to try and pull everything in towards you a little bit more. Let's go 2 more breaths here. See if you can get a little bit more out of it. Nice. And then we're going to unravel that, swap it over. Other foot comes up, arms reach up. You're going to grab through, reach for that left shin, pull everything towards yourself, and try and push that right knee out to the side. Try and get it pressing away from you as much as you can. Big deep breaths. Every time you breathe out, pull everything in a little bit more. We got 1 more big deep breath here. Awesome. And then you can let that go. So feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to put your left foot over the top of your right knee again. Arms are going to come out to the side. You're going to push that right knee down towards the mat with your left foot. Then you're going to look over your right hand shoulder. And we're just trying to find a stretch through your ITB, so through the outside of that right leg. The more you push push your knee down towards the mat, the more stretch you'll get out of it. Let's go 1 more breath there. And then we'll come up, swap it over. So right foot crosses over, push that left knee down, find that stretch. Look over that left hand shoulder. Keep actively pushing that knee down as much as you can. Awesome. And then we're going to come on out of there. Hug both knees into your chest, and you're just going to let both legs come over to one side. Let them rest down on the mat if you can, and try and glue your shoulders down into the mat. Looking over the opposite shoulder. Big deep breaths, find that spinal rotation, spinal twist. Stretch it out. 1 more big deep breath there. And then as you breathe out, you're coming up and over to the other side. Let the knees drop down, let them rest, look over the opposite shoulder. Big deep breaths. Try and push your shoulders down into the mat. Find that twist, find that stretch. And then we'll come all the way up. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You can either sit all the way up, bring your legs wide, and just fold forward, finding a nice forward fold here. We're trying to stretch out through your lower back, so just dangling forward. I like to turn this upside down and get the full stretch through my back. So if you're coming with me, legs are coming up and over your head. You can use your hands to help you, and then you can just hang out here, find that stretch through your back. You can even bend your knees a little bit, try and get your knees towards your shoulders, and it just stretches all the way through your spine. But if you find that this just feels way too tricky, just find that forward fold, either sitting or standing, whatever's more comfortable for you. But just have a little rock around in that shape wherever you are. So I'm trying to pull my knees towards the ground a little bit, then letting them go. Pulling it in, letting it go. Finding that stretch all the way from my neck down to my tailbone. Let's go 1 more there. And then we'll just slowly roll all the way down. Knees can come into your chest, and you can just give yourself a little cuddle. Maybe a little rock from side to side. And I hope you're feeling nice and stretched after your day of activity and ready for your next day tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Thanks.